This special is dedicated to a legendary actress who I've been a big fan of for many years now, Catherine Deneuve. She's just got a staggering filmography. Any film buff who really loves, European cinema, stories about people, mixed all kinds of stories. Actually, she's not just one type of performance. She does a lot of comedy, dark roles, even a little bit of horror. She is in many ways she is cinema. Like Mastroianni was the male face of European cinema, Deneuve is very much who we all think of. A lot of us do anyway when we think of European cinema. But the thing is, that filmography she's got is just staggering. It's everybody knows the obvious ones like Belle de Jour and Umbrellas and The Girls of Rochefort and The Hunger, Indochine. But there's a wealth of performances there. Some of them are hidden, some of them are for more obscure directors. I did write a book about Deneuve's films last year or the year before, and that was very interesting because I'd written a book about one of her favourite co-stars, the French actor Michel Piccoli, and she made about 8 or 9 films with him, and they got on really well. And I was lucky enough to speak to Deneuve for that book on the phone. I'd say about 10-15 minutes, but she told me all about working with Michel Piccoli and memories of the classic films like Belle de Jour and The Young Girls of Rochefort and all the various films she'd been in with him, and like Benjamin and La Chamade. And talking to her was really good because you have to be careful because these people become so legendary that you almost see them as a myth. So when this legend rings the phone and you're speaking to him and Jesus Christ, it's Catherine Deneuve, but it's just a woman. She just happens to be a talented actress, but really she's like you and me. She's a regular person. But it was very strange just to be sat there, and I got an email and it said Mr. Deneuve's trying to ring your house phone. But at the time, my wife was on the phone to her mother. They were talking about fireplaces. And I'm like, oh my God, come on, get off the phone quick. Catherine Deneuve's trying to ring. So they severed the call. Within 30 seconds, I answer the phone. Hello, Chris. It's Catherine Deneuve. Unbelievable. And I set the recorder up. We had this nice little chat. But then at the end of it, I started asking more questions. And I think it was a little bit she'd had enough by then. Because 15 minutes talking is quite enough for the mysterious woman of French cinema. And she's like, oh, sorry, Chris, I can't hear you. We're driving. We're going through a tunnel. I can't hear you. That's enough. Yeah, see you later. Thank you. So she went after that. But, it was such an honour to get an insight. But just when people say Deneuve, they just think of, as a glamorous figure or, coming to red carpet events and getting out of limousines or whatever. But there's all these really complex performances where she's just completely wrapped up in the character. There's such a wealth of stuff, really. And what I'm going to play now is, this is a bit of the chat with Deneuve, because some of it didn't get recorded, but here she is talking about her time with Michel Piccoli, which I think is really interesting. You both had this special bond together.
Because Michel, I had been working with him for a very long time. I mean, not for a long time, but for a long time, but not a long period of time. But since a long time, because I did a film with him when I did Belle de Jour, so it's really very far ago. Even with Agnès de Varda, it was even before that. And how can I say? It's not Michel is not someone. He's someone I met, but it's not someone that I saw, out of the filming. That made a relation very close. I mean, he was really of my favorite actor, for a partner, as an actor, for me, that was really very, very important for me. It was a great, more than pleasure.
The first time you were in a film together was The Creatures, wasn't it, in 1966?
What was it?
The Creatures with Agnès Varda.
Exactly, that's it. Yeah, Yeah, but that was very short. I mean, yes. It was, I was not speaking. I was deaf. In the film, so I cannot say it was my biggest remember of the film. Anyway, it's since that period, yes.
But then after that is Belle de Jour. I mean, quite a stressful shoot for you, wasn't it, Belle de Jour?
I mean, the really close relation we had is when we did a film of from the book of François Sagan,
But I think it's La Chamade.
Absolutely, that's it.
Yeah.
Then on that we had a relation between really a man and a woman, so it was a closer relation, for things we had to shoot together. I think that's where I really spent more time. That was it. This one.
Is that a film that you really bonded on together?
Yeah, we were quite close because we had, more relation, the two of us, together than all the films we did before and mostly after. But he's a very strong, he's a strong character, He has a very a strong character. He has a very strong. When you see him on screen, he's very deep. His look, his voice.
I think he's got a very powerful presence.
Yes, absolutely. Yes, he is.
That when he was in The Young Girls of Rochefort, when he was...
That was very nice, but he had more scenes with my... I had not that many scenes, with him. We were, the four of us, so we were not so close. But the whole shooting, the film was really, it was wonderful. It was very difficult because it was really very hard. It's been a very difficult shooting.
It's such a beautiful film, though.
Yeah, it's a beautiful film.
The film Benjamin as well that you did with Michel Deville.
Oh yes, that's a film I did a long time ago. That was it's been very. It was a very difficult moment for me because that was a moment where I had to. I had not even started the film when I had the accident of my sister. So it's been very difficult. Michel has been very special at that time. That was forever, a different kind of feeling, the relation. He has been very, very close to me when I was shooting at that time. I was really, very, really lost. Yeah.
So I mean that comes after when you both did Belle de Jour together. I mean, you have some great scenes in Belle de Jour together. Do you have memories of working with Michel on that film that were quite pleasant?
Oh yes, because I knew it then. But the studio, it was very official, and it was a very, very different kind of relation for that shooting. It was not as close as the one we. It was an important situation. It was the same that when we did Chama la Chamade. No.
Yeah.
No. Okay, I don't think I have much more to tell you. Huh?